episode
talk about from finally a brand new official Rainbow High season 6 episode. First look at new holiday brats and dolls, new information on upcoming Shadow High dolls as well, and more. So stay tuned, subscribe, and let's get into it. Let's get into the brand new episode, episode 10, season 6, The Girl Who Cried Rainbow. So I believe the past episodes we've been more focused on the Little Sisters, and I haven't been watching those. Honestly, I should have caught up by now, but I kind of skipped those. I've kind of fallen off watching this season. How long has it been since we actually got a proper episode?
why?
I think it's been a month or like a couple
Guy
like before.
so the episode that the song is a good episode
So let's get into, I guess, what's happening. So Iris, the last time we the last thing that happened with the main girls is that Iris showed up and she was like, "I'll solve your problems." Ooh, she was like mysterious. And I think that's when the next episode started to focus on the Little Sisters, which again, really boring and felt really nonsensical. So now we're back to the main story here, which is, so Iris is here. She's going to solve our problems. But let's remember that Ruby and Jade, they are still missing. They're like they're like looking for the Little Sisters for whatever reason. Again, like the whole Little Sisters plot to me feels like very random and like very like forced in, just because they wanted to promote the new toys of the Little Sisters. Anyway, I mean, of course they gotta promote the toys, but it really feels like they had no better way of finding a place for them here in the story. So yeah, basically, there's like a thing that's happening, the desolation, and while the Little Sisters are missing, Iris is saying that they need to go to the Crystal Palace. They need to find the rest of the original Shimmers. Of course, Misty, Leilani, and Whitney. And Iris was a part of the original group here. And we get a nice song with this kind of art style. It's really cute. And then we get a little flashback to what happened last time. Basically, this was at the kind of like goodbye party that they had at Rainbow High here. I guess, as their last day of Shimmers after they, won against the Dissolution, right? Whatever that is. So, they saved Rainbow World, and Misty's super hungry. She wants to eat very desperately. She sounds really cute, but I definitely want to see more of like what they actually do. Leilani, she's really soft-spoken and she's really sweet. She doesn't really have a lot to say here. But basically, they all portal call Iris, and so they figure out like why she's not here. Apparently, she has like some kind of mission going on at the beginning of the Rainbow. Again, this is a flashback, so we don't really know what happened. She has an experiment. But then the other Shimmers, they're like, well, hang on, we agreed to meet back up here for the goodbye party, because we are not Shimmers anymore. I guess they really are tired of being Shimmers. And I guess after, they saved Rainbow World, they thought like, hey, we're done. So, but Iris doesn't feel that way. She wants to keep going.
So, the make how ugly her.
And she's really trying to find a way to get them all
Shimmers
together. So she's kind of like, just trying to keep them there, trying to buy herself some time, I'm guessing. And so she's like, you know what, we can do both. But the other girls are like, we want to do other stuff. And, they discussed all she's like, let me just go back, bye. So she's like, she's like too busy, so she's like, I'm just gonna nope out of here.
Where door? Where door? Like there's like another door, like a cold door. They draw, and I don't see her here. a dark a cookie like the vinegar, like a dark war, like a dark cookie like the vinegar, or he cookie like the vinegar, or I know the very dark the vinegar ha, or if darling like I know the vinegar ha, or a dark or if a kaka he I could draw or I don't know where the draw he cookie. Because it makes sense we're gonna only draw again because they were good at the so we're gonna TLC guy to it. Exactly, so it's a guy.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
And then the other girls, they're like, well, what are we gonna do? This was supposed to be our goodbye party, but doesn't really feel like a goodbye because, again, Iris doesn't want to say goodbye.
So guy don't draw the guy got all the store guy on.
So,
Okay, yeah.
I guess the rest of the girls, they're like, well, I guess we're just gonna hang up our rings anyway. So they kind of
Like-
go off, and yeah, they kind of give up their rings. And that's basically it for the flashback. And now we return to the present, which is, yeah, it was awkward, and they split up, and it was very much rushed, and it didn't feel like a proper goodbye. So the new girls, they're gonna try to help find the original Shimmers so that they can help save Rainbow World once again. But that's when Jade and Ruby return. And apparently they lost track of their little sisters, and they tell this to the other group. So this group against this group. So it's very much a thing of like, oh, these two groups are starting to split up. And so this group, they're kind of like annoyed, and so they're like, you know what, we'll get our little sisters back ourselves. No, thank you. We're gonna do this ourselves. So they split up. So kind of you can see the fracture happening already. The friends turning into enemies, kind of thing that Iris was talking about. That was happening before. So she's like, you know what? The other girls are gone. They went to find the little sisters. Iris is like, hey, let's go to this new place where we can chill and figure out what to do next. And so they're all like, yeah, let's do that. And Sunny's like, well, I hope we don't become enemies with our other friends like it happened with you, with your friends, Iris. So yeah, and that's basically the end of the episode. So interesting, yes. The plot was moved on. You know, like I feel like the plot. Yes, we're getting back to it finally. So let's see what happens next. We obviously the next thing that's gonna happen is they're gonna have to find the original Shimmers. You know, Leilani, Misty, Whitney. They do seem really cool. So I hopefully let's get to see them next. Maybe each girl, like maybe they're gonna have to split up, and each group will have to go find a respective Shimmer, and then somehow convince them and earn their trust and bring them back to Rainbow World. And, that's cool. You know, it'll be fun, hopefully. But I do wonder what happens to Dawn.
Yeah,
We
what could
still
draw?
haven't seen Viola in this season, which I don't think we will. I genuinely think like they just forgot she was a doll that they had a new character of, and they just never.
I gotta look at that guy, guys.
I
Guys,
think,
guys,
unfortunately,
you know, like guy will get like to a guy, like okay, guy, guy like no, just check guy, like kick a guy to, oh my god, okay, just a guy.
a character, and they might have just created her design to be the fourth girl in the Sparkle and Shine second series. But
Eh?
nothing more, because she's not a Shimmer. She's not a part of the group. So what does she do? Why is she here?
Oh god, I'll bring you all, give me my.
Yes, R.I.P. Dawn, Viola. You're never gonna be properly introduced in the Rainbow High lore. You're just gonna be the girls who we got dolls of, but never properly had as a character in the show. Okay. But yeah, let's see what happens. It's so obvious that the plot is so weak. Like this is just this. There's so many plot holes. There's so many. It feels weak. It's not strong. But okay, let's see what happens. Moving on to other updates for Rainbow High. Recently, we had a ton of news that was dropped on upcoming releases for next year, shared by Sing Mount. One of which was a upcoming new line for Shadow High. Now we finally also know what the theme is for this new Shadow High line. Apparently, the theme is pajama party, like sleepover. Once again, this will be the third time that we will have had a theme sleepover in Rainbow High, Shadow High. Rainbow High first with the Slumber Party dolls, with Brianna, Robin, and Marissa. That was a long time ago. And then the second time was with Junior High, that was at the beginning of the reboot. And now, for time's a charm, perhaps, we're getting it with Shadow High. The characters included will be Heather, Luna, Chanel, and Luna. It seems that they're just completely forgetting Ash and Nicole. Like they're
Yeah,
not
okay,
even,
I'll get a call.
like they're not even existent anymore. Like I'm pretty sure they're just gonna focus on these four characters from now on. Like,
Yeah,
this is
okay,
Shadow
yeah,
High, which is
okay.
unfortunate. But at least we're still getting Shadow High at all. So yeah, slumber party theme for these four characters. Not really clear on the price point or the level of quality here, if they're going to be expensive or budget dolls with very simple outfits. I do think that really will determine how excited I can be for these dolls. If they're just simple budget dolls wearing very simple outfits and the faces are nothing exciting, the hairstyles are nothing exciting. Like, if these are basically more of the same that we have with the recent budget dolls of Shadow High, okay, fine. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be cute, but that's not really anything that I'm gonna be excited about. So let's just hope that this is gonna be a proper line with accessories, with nice outfits, with nice new makeup, nice new hairstyles, nice new, I don't know, just anything nice. And let's see how exciting this can really get. So yeah. Maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed. Moving on to the Bratz updates, the John Paul Gaultier Sasha collector doll is getting a restock, and apparently now they added a little bit of description.
Oh, guys, so ik word zet de hier, guys. So, I hope you are getting a guy. Bye.